What's up everybody, Kinetic here, and welcome to Guardians of Ember. This is an upcoming MMO ARPG, formerly known as Ember Guard in Taiwan. This is now being renamed for its localization as Guardians of Ember for North America and Europe. This was, I believe, announced around the time of September, like mid or something like that, September, and it was like just before I made my top 5 ARPG games, most anticipated ARPG games of 2016 to 2017, and I wasn't quite sure like what to expect still from the game. I felt like I was more confident, and the other games in that top 5 video were in fact more anticipated than Guardians of Ember, and so I got a few comments, and still, like, I think in the last week people are asking and saying like, hey, not even a mention of Guardians of Ember. Well, I still feel justified in that I didn't include it in the video. I mean, after all, it is the top 5 most anticipated, but I have been keeping my eye on it, and now, as you can see, I'm actually playing it. Now, this is a closed beta for IndieGoGo backers. IndieGoGo is like a Kickstarter kind of thing where the game developer is like, hey, we would like some support for, you know, the game and stuff like that. And so I went ahead and I backed them because what the hell, I need games to play, right? We all need games to play, and I didn't really feel like waiting for the full release whenever that was going to be. Early access is usually something that I find interesting and fun to be a part of. But anyway, so for this video, this isn't going to be like a review or anything like that. I'm simply going to be kind of showing and going over my initial impressions of what I think about the game so far, like what I think its strengths and weaknesses are, how it compares, what it's like to maybe other games kind of within the genre. One thing's for sure though, okay, and I believe that this is kind of a bit of a misconception. Guardians of Ember isn't really an ARPG. It's and to even call it an MMO ARPG is still kind of pushing it a bit. I feel like this game is more MMO RPG, and just simply with the Diablo-like, you know, kind of camera hovering over it, giving a bit more of a sense of ARPG influence. But really, it's much more MMO RPG than anything. Now, I'm really not far in the game. This is the second character that I've made so far. I'm only level 9 right now, and you can see from this map, this is where I am currently. This is where basically the beginning of the game is, and I'm still more or less within this first initial zone. But in this time, I've learned quite a bit about the game, and I just thought I'd kind of write down and share with you guys some of the interesting things about this. There's many features in the game that you unlock over time, like as you level up, for example. You will unlock passive abilities that, of course, complement your main abilities. Now, Guardians of Ember works around a 2-class system, so kind of like, for example, Grim Dawn, where you will mix 2 different classes. They do something similar like that here in Guardians of Ember, I believe. You will be able to do a lot of things that MMORPGs often offer. For example, crafting will be a significant part of the game. Starting at level 40, you'll be able to start dismantling items for crafting materials, or it seems as early as level 30. And there's also enhancement at level 30 as well. And I don't actually know what enhancement means. I'm guessing it has something to do with because here's the icon. It probably has something to do with enhancing your gear, right? Like being able to upgrade your gear in some way. I just don't know exactly what that means just yet. For this closed beta test by invitation only, they've set it up to last for a week, so I'm going to try and take as much of a chunk out of this as I can in this week, just to try and experience more of what the game offers. So there you go. There's a look at the class system, and what I think is kind of interesting is these are some of the abilities that I have. Like, for example, I've got Swing Cut, which is I guess just another way of saying whirlwind. that's exactly what this ability is. It's a like barbarian style whirlwind attack, right? And the way that you can make adjustments and sort of modify these skills is by choosing like what kind of benefits, like what kind of additional perks and strengths do you want stacking up onto that skill. So you can add more hit chance, you can add more health points that you will get with every hit as you're swinging, because it gives you some healing as well while you're doing that. And you continuously go down like that, and as you do, it helps to unlock more options and more skills as you go. So it's quite interesting. For some other kind of like basics about Guardians of Ember, actually, you know what? Let's just go and we'll make a quick character. So here we are. There's two of the characters that I have set up. We can go to create character. All right, so we got humans, we've got elves, we've got dwarves, and Nia, which is I described as Ellens from Terra. It's pretty much the same thing, right? Like if you're looking for the lollies, there's your lollies, boys. Let's make a we'll make a human, and we'll make a female. Yeah, why not? For science, gender. Next, here are the 5 classes. You've got knights, priest, arcanist, engineer, and ranger. Now, of course, each of the different classes are going to start with their unique weapons and have attributes that are custom to their playstyle, right? You know what? I think I'll try the arcanist. I was thinking maybe the priest, but I like the idea of being an arcanist better. So here we are. We got some decent options here for character customization, skin color, whatever more or less shade that you're looking for, hair color. A lot of options here. We could go with you know what? Let's try white. How about that? We'll go with just super white hair. Continuing here on the left side, we've also got eye color. Again, lots of options here, just like for the hair colors. We've also got lip color as well. So we could do something interesting, kind of like that. Then over here on the right side, we continue with the options. You got 4 face presets. Nothing major here, but there is more options as we get down the get down here on the right side. We've got customized hair. Again, a few options here. This is what I would consider kind of like the bare minimum. I would like to see more options than this, but I mean, it's all right. At least they've got some decent looking long hair styles, which is something that I need for my characters. So then we've got the body adjustments, and these sliders can get pretty crazy, like depending on what you want. You can like do things like torso length and scaling the entire body size. Yeah, scrolling down here, you can also see, of course, we've got the chest slider. You guys know what the chest slider does. Do I really need to demonstrate for you? I guess I do. There's the chest slider, boys. Palm size, hip angle, leg muscles. It's interesting that they give you all of these sliders and stuff like that to be able to customize your character, but I don't see any like hide close option for, you know, more accurate previewing. You know, just actually see like what's happening, how big really is the muscle, and things like that. But whatever. So we've got the body customization, and then we have the face customization. This is why it's like, well, if they only have a few presets for the faces, at least then you can go here and really get detailed with it. But there you go. So just for a simple preview, there's what that looks like there, and then that's pretty much it. Name your character and you're good to go. The cool thing about getting into like building your character in your own playstyle is you can pretty much, it seems, use whatever items you want. So right now I'm currently using a 2-hand hammer. If I want, I can switch to sword and board, which is actually how I started. I could actually also use a bow if I want to. I can use a rifle. I can use a staff, and you can also wear any armor you want. So wearing any armor and being able to wield any weapon, I think is a really nice perk there. That's definitely a good thing. You can also see, obviously, from this, the limited initial inventory for your character. These slots are locked away, some kind of special currency, and these frozen embers, I believe that's what these are called, then you would buy from the marketplace for, you know, for real money or something like that. Pay $20 and get however many thousands or whatever of frozen ember for stuff like that, right? That seems to be the way of the game right now. You might be wondering, like, what does the marketplace look like? It's completely empty right now. We don't have any idea about any of the actual items, other than, for example, being able to buy frozen ember. What else they might offer, who knows? Probably mostly cosmetic items is what it sounds like to me from the way that they've been talking. But time will tell. Time will tell. I think I mentioned, yeah, that there's going to be crafting and stuff like that. The enhancement likely is going to be for enhancing weapons, enhancing armor, stuff like that. Why don't we jump back through this portal? We're going to sail over to the other side of the map where I am, and we will we'll start doing some more questing and go through a nearby dungeon. Before I do that, though, there's a couple more things that I thought were worth mentioning. For one, I don't know if I said it yet or not, but in addition to being able to click to move, which is pretty standard for these types of games, you can also use WASD, which is nice as well. If you're the type of person that prefers to move around with WASD, then you can do that. Let's we'll jump into this dungeon here, since it's nearby, so you can select the dungeon difficulty. If you're maybe over leveled for it or something like that, you can go into hard mode. I'm gonna take the basic difficulty because I'm not even particularly sure how successful I will be going through this place. The dungeons have been getting more and more challenging as I go. And I'm trying not to get swarmed. So there's my my whirlwind ability there. Now, there's a problem right now with the servers. Like, I stopped holding that skill right there, like probably a good second or two before it actually finally stopped. For whatever reason, the movement is instant, but the activation of skills, like, hold on. There. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the reaction time of the attacks, but for moving, it's instant. Like, I'm not sure why there's that delay, whether that's on purpose or whether that is something to do with, I don't know, servers, as far as like being laggy or something like that. I don't know, but there's already a few people that have been talking about that on Steam, where we're playing this from basically right now, from the Steam client, talking in the community sections, and that's a big topic, I think, right now, and a big criticism about the game is the action delay. It's kind of making it feel a bit clunky at times, and not as responsive as really, well, games should be in general, not just ARPGs, right? For that first attack, it shouldn't be like a half-second delay before the weapon is swung, or the arrow flies, or the spell is cast, or something like that. Like, when you start going through dungeons and groups, like let's say you're playing a healer or you're playing a tank or something like that, you need that quick responsiveness to, you know, save lives, to protect your other party members, you know, taunt off of them or heal them or something like that, right? With delays like that, it could be a major issue. There we go, using some of my my cooldown abilities. These are quite powerful. Each class seems to have a couple of very powerful skills that you can only use once every few seconds or something like that, like Shock or Hammer of Wrath. They have a bit of a cooldown. You've got generators, like for example, I've got Broken Soul, and the Mace ability will help generate the energy I need to perform, for example, Whirling Storm. I guess that's what it's being called now since I've upgraded. Wasn't it like Spin something or whatever when I was looking at it in the skills? Whatever. These white items I'm not particularly fussed with picking up so much. But I am definitely checking everything that I can break, because those embers can come from inside there. Oh wow, they were already dead. This two-hand hammer is absolutely insanely powerful compared to the standard quality sword and shield that I have. This is what grade tier do they consider this? Let's just call it mythical grade or whatever. This blue grade weapon that I'm using. These have some serious stats on them over the whites and even the green items. I don't think I have much to do in this place other than find the baddies and kill them. And that's kind of the that's basically the idea while questing as well, is just run around, FedEx quests, kill quests, really nothing, you know, special at all, unfortunately. Very standard, again, which is why I consider this game far more MMORPG feeling than ARPG feeling. That looks like the boss right there. Got a couple of greens right there. So some light armor. That's actually a pretty nice piece. The stats seem to be all over the place right now. This is actually lined up correctly, at least what I think so anyway. A heavy armor with axe mastery. The axes are two-hand weapons, which should be wielded by knights, for example, right? I think not priests, but I mean, hey, I'm not judging. If you want to be a two-hand axe-wielding priest, that's pretty badass, actually. But I think some people were finding like some really weird combinations of certain pieces of gear that had, what the hell are those anyway? That had some really awkward stats built into them. Alright, stop spinning, lady. Where did it go? They're like some of the... Oh, okay, I see. Right, they did this before. Just before the last boss. What are those? Prairie beasts? You think it's hit? Oh god, there's more of them. Oh, there's a whole lot of them. Alright, we should be cool though. Stop spinning that way. Go the other way. I mean, I think... While there are definitely several criticisms that I have about this game, for example, the music isn't particularly interesting. The story is almost non-existent. It feels like I don't have a reason to care about what's going on right now. It feels like, and that's a big bummer for me, because I play these games, these RPGs, a lot of the time for the story. I mean, I'll forever be in love with games like Diablo and Dragon Age, the Elder Scrolls games and stuff like that, because the story is usually really, really fun. Like a big part of the fun for me. And right now, in Guardians of Ember, the story, if there even is one, because I haven't really seen much, is really not doing it for me. Oh wow, that guy freaking melted. I love this hammer. Yeah, so I mean, the soundtrack could really use some more interesting tracks. The story is rather bland and generic. Now this is one of the end dungeon features. You have the option, if you have keys, to be able to open up additional chests. It seems as though you will be able to get keys naturally for whatever reason, perhaps through achievements or quests or something like that. But I would expect it to also find these probably on the cash shop as well. And these will no doubt give us an additional chance at bonus loot. Let's go for the gold. Why not? And I got poop. You've got these kind of boss-like creatures. Unfortunately, they don't have any kind of special names. It's just Dire Wolf. Same as Dire Wolf over there. But clearly you can see that there is something special about him because he has the blue aura around him. So if we fight him, and we will, then we'll kill him, and then we will get some goodies. Basically like a world boss. look at it like a world boss. There you go. So he dropped a couple of things. Nothing special. I believe I've gotten a couple of blue items from the most recent one that I did. Most recent kind of like world boss like that. And I actually passed the area that I was supposed to be going to. But I think that that's good enough for now as a preview for sort of what to expect, at least in the early game, right, for Guardians of Ember. It's an ARPG styled MMO RPG, or as I've been calling it a lot recently, MMO ARPG. And if Devilian was maybe something that you could kind of compare it to, and maybe you liked Devilian, maybe you just didn't like some of the particular features or something like that turned you off, maybe Guardians of Ember will be up your alley. Or maybe you did like Devilian, maybe you're looking more for that style of ARPG. I think Guardians of Ember is then the next best thing lined up for that kind of gameplay, if that's what you're looking for. For, of course, like the more traditional ARPG fans like that are looking for more something like a Diablo or a Path of Exile or Grim Dawn or something like that, I'm not sure if this game is actually going to be that pleasant. It would depend, I suppose, what the end game is like, and I don't know if I'll actually be able to get to max level to experience it myself this week, but I will try to make an effort to push as far into this game as I can for the closed beta week testing, and I'll likely upload another video to give further impressions of what I've experienced and stuff like that. So I hope that you're looking forward to that, guys, and yeah, there will be more Guardians of Ember and many other games here on the channel. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Click the like button to support these impression videos, first look, whatever you want to call them, videos here on the channel. I'm trying to do a bunch of videos like these for various games over the weeks, so yeah, I hope that you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks again for watching. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.